Peace and blessings, y'all. Angela Elizabeth with Goddess Body Incorporated, here to drop the science on our Goddess Yoni oil. We created this product back in 2011 as a holistic alternative to over-the-counter, toxic-laden products for feminine, specifically Yoni health, vaginal health. Yoni is a Sanskrit word for the divine feminine. It can encompass everything dealing with femininity, femininehood, the uterus, the womb, and the yoni in of itself. And we created this product as a need for women to utilize when dealing with states of being out of balance. So even if you do not exhibit negative or harmful issues or imbalances in your yoni area, it can still help as a preventive measure. A lot of us, we work out a lot, that can throw off pH. Almost anything can throw off yoni health pH. Excessive sweat, the type of underwear that's being used, cotton versus synthetic fibers, even down to the type of pads we're using, organic being better. Anion strips, those are good, herbal based pads versus the pads we've been using for millennia that also have been bleached and contain toxic substitutes that ultimately cause ill yoni health and lead to bacterial overgrowth, which can lead to yeast infections. If it gets up into the bloodstream, that can cause BV or bacterial vaginosis. And then we're running to the pharmacy to use over-the-counter products that may clear the issue, but ultimately don't seek to balance the flora objectively. It might wipe away the bacteria, and there's bacteria in the yoni for good reason, to help keep the area clean naturally, because the yoni is self-cleaning. However, it's self-maintaining. However, when it becomes out of balance due to diet and all these other factors I mentioned, you're going to need a little assistance, and our assistance is based in plants. So the Goddess Yoni oil, like I said, was created almost a decade ago to help women with these issues. So if you are experiencing yeast infection, you would use the oil, and within 1 to 2 days, usually 3 days tops, it is cleared with no negative side effects. Everything's plant-based. One of our main ingredients is evening primrose oil, which has been well known and studied herb to help to balance feminine health issues. When ingested, you do not ingest this, but when ingesting evening primrose, in general, it helps to balance feminine hormones, female hormones. And so using the yoni area, it makes it more supple, and just taking in evening primrose through the pores of the yoni are going to help to balance the hormones in the yoni area as well, and help you to prevent those issues from happening over time if they do happen. If you deal with BV, it will clear up the symptoms of BV. However, BV is systemic, and that's bacterial vaginosis. That is a systemic fungus issue, and you're going to want to cleanse. You can try our 28-day Goddess Body Cleanse. That'll definitely do the trick. Or we also have an extract, wound detox extract, that will also help to balance your hormones and clear any fungal type of overgrowths within your body system. So using that in combination, the supplements in combination with the oil will definitely kick the BV. But with dealing with BV, especially BV or reoccurring yeast infections, that's going to say, hey, that's your hormones, like, we are totally out of whack, okay? You have a lot of hormonal imbalances, and like I said, that can stem from either your diet, and your diet is usually the main go-to, or stress. Ladies, stress can, especially stress, compounding stress, can definitely throw off your hormones, which unfortunately is going to affect your yoni in one way or another. So you want to look to those areas to clear, but as far as topically and a maintenance formula, it's perfectly safe to use every day, and you just use it under around your labia. You do not have to put it inside of you unless you're dealing with a yeast infection, or you're using it for a lubricant. You can use it as a lubricant during intercourse. It's perfectly safe. Another question we get is if you're pregnant, if you can use it. Yes, the answer is yes. The herbs that it's made up of, like I said, evening primrose is king for women's health when dealing with oil-based formulas and herb-based formulas, but we also have other feminine health balancing herbs in it, such as red raspberry. We use the essence of rose quartz as well as frankincense and myrrh. to help to stimulate the natural antibiotic effects of the product without wiping away all the good bacteria. So it's a balanced formula that gives balanced results. We're not getting rid of all the bacteria, it's just bringing it to a stable level as well. So another thing for pregnant women, you don't want to use it inside the vagina until you are 4 to 6 weeks postpartum. So you can use it outside around the labia, especially if you're dealing with a yeast infection, or just as a daily preventive maintenance formula. You can definitely use it, but do not use it up inside the yoni unless you're not pregnant, basically, because it does have a little bit of neem oil in it, and that can stimulate contractions, but it's such a small amount, you don't really have to worry about it unless you're using it every day. There's no reason for you to use it every day. If you're dealing with that level of infections over and over again, you need to cleanse. And if you're pregnant, you have to be very careful. You cannot use our cleanse while you're pregnant. So I would definitely consult your physician on how best to clear your system. What we would recommend is just, taking in more fruits and vegetables, especially fruits, to help clear your body system so that it's not constantly happening. And unfortunately, with some women, your hormones are constantly shifting and changing while you're pregnant, so you don't really want to stop that process. Your body's going through a natural detoxifying process the first 3 months of pregnancy, so you don't really want to mitigate that. You want to go with the flow, and the best way to do that is to eat a cleaner diet. So outside of that, if you're breastfeeding, it's perfectly safe. After you have the baby, 4 to 6 weeks postpartum, it is perfectly safe. If you are dealing with BV or a yeast infection and you want to treat it, we do have the instructions on the bottle on how to go about doing that. You can use a medical grade dropper or a sterile dropper and use that to put it inside of you, and just wear an organic panty liner. We also recommend that you switch your feminine health sanitizing products altogether. We do offer a daily Goddess Yoni wash that complements the Yoni oil, again, as a maintenance formula. Okay, so if there's anything else you want to learn about our Goddess Yoni oil, it is available on www.goddessbody.net, and you can shoot us any questions there.